What's up, kings, warriors, magicians, and lovers? In my last video, I mentioned that if you want to set yourself apart from ordinary men, then we will not do the things that ordinary men are doing. And ordinary men are waiting until January 1st to start creating the greatest version of themselves. Now, if you want to start before January 1st, which I highly recommend, it doesn't mean that you have to start taking action before January 1st. Starting to create the greatest version of yourself can start way before we take action. And it can start with creating a compelling vision of who you want to be before you start taking action. And here's an example. Think about a time in your life where you had to perform a challenging or difficult action. So maybe you had to study hard for an exam. Maybe you had to initiate a challenging or difficult conversation with a friend or a loved one or a partner. Now, whether you realize it or not, chances are that you performed that difficult action because you had a strong vision of what your life would look like after you performed that difficult action. So in the example of studying hard for an exam, maybe the vision was you raising a large family in a big, beautiful house out in the country. That's your vision. And maybe studying for that exam is a way to finish college so you can get the job to pay for the house so you can raise that beautiful family. Or maybe in the case of initiating a difficult conversation, maybe the vision is the vision of a beautiful and loving partnership between you and the person that you love. And having that difficult conversation is the way to get towards that vision. Now, this concept of vision is very important today because as we close out 2024 and we move toward the new year, many of us already have these actions that we're ready to take. So we have a list of things. We're going to wake up at 5 in the morning and we're going to try to do all these difficult actions. Now, the challenge is that actions, especially difficult actions, are hard to maintain unless we have a compelling vision that energizes us to perform those difficult actions. Because look, there's going to be days where you are too tired to go to the gym. There's going to be days where you don't want to eat that salad. But if you have a compelling vision of this beautiful and grand life that you'll have after you perform these difficult workouts and after you eat the bland foods you don't want to eat, those feelings associated with that vision can energize you to perform those difficult actions. So before you wake up at 4 in the morning and start performing challenging, difficult actions, set aside some quiet time and create that strong, compelling, positive, beautiful vision of what your life is going to look like. And when I say create that strong vision, that means create a vision so strong that you can see it, smell it, taste it, and feel it. Because those feelings associated with that vision are what's going to propel you through that difficult action. And the key is to create and recall this vision over and over again, as many times as you can, multiple times a day, multiple times a week. And look, it can be very challenging to create that first vision. So to create the vision of something in your life that you don't even have yet, it can be hard. So for example, if I have a vision, if I say I want to get $1 million by the end of 2026, I don't know what that feels like. I don't know the first thing about what it feels like to be a millionaire. So it might be challenging to create that vision at first. But with quiet time and with dedicated effort and the will to create that vision, you can absolutely do it. And if you can recall that vision over and over, it becomes less and less difficult. And you want to be able to recall those visions in a snap, in an instant. So you wake up at 5 in the morning, it's cold, you don't want to get up, you don't want to go to the gym. If you have practiced just going to that vision and getting those feelings, that will energize you because our brain doesn't know the difference between an imagined scenario or a real scenario. So men, 2025 can be your greatest year ever, as long as you have the vision. So set some time aside, create that strong, compelling vision, and move toward it. All right, take care and Happy New Year, brothers.